This is the IST Health Tip of the Day. I'm your host, Roberto Parker. This podcast, we tackle the tough questions related to exercise, training for athletes, human performance, biochemical, biomechanical dysfunctions, problems that sometimes you have questions about that you don't quite know the answer to. So stay tuned, enjoy, take good notes, and God bless. What's up, guys? Roberto here. Let's talk about weightlifting and body weight training. Weightlifting involves loading your body with weights, dumbbell, kettlebell, barbell, sandbag. Body weight training are more things like pull-ups, push-ups, air squats. Those are body weight training. Now, body weight training involves a little bit more core and stability. Weightlifting involves core and stability plus a lot of limb strength, such as your arms and your legs, because you're having to control a barbell or a dumbbell or a kettlebell. But they're both very good and very, very appropriate depending upon what your goals are. Let's talk about some components. How many sets are you going to do? How many circuits? You're going to do a set of 5, come back and do it again, take a minute rest in between, do another circuit, you just done 2 sets. Repetitions, how many repeat movements? 3 reps, 4 reps, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do even up to 20 reps. I have people that do those sometimes. Once again, it depends on your goals. Rest intervals. How much downtime in between each set? It depends on what your goals are there as well. Are you training to lose weight? Are you training for speed as a performance athlete? Or are you training to put more bulk on? The next one, tempo. How fast are you going to move the load? You're going to do your push-ups really fast, your pull-ups really fast. You're going to do power cleans, snatches, squats. Now, some of those I just mentioned, like the power cleans and the snatches with a barbell, those are what we call Olympic lifts. They're meant to be done at a very rapid pace because those are more neuromuscular. You can do push-ups at a fast pace. Once again, you get more into the neuromuscular. You can also increase the load that way. Speaking of which, next one is load. How much weight are you going to put on the bar or dumbbell or sandbag or whatever the case might be? Now, you can increase the weight, you can decrease the weight, which is also called the load. You can also increase the load by doing more repetitions because as you do more repetitions, the muscles fatigue and that loads them more. Okay? Frequency. How often are you going to work out and do your training? Twice a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week? Are you training for a sport? Are you training to lose weight? Are you training just to maintain? That will make a difference. Now, duration, that also makes a difference. Typically, I don't recommend more than 45 minutes of a training session, and that does not include the warm up, because after 45 minutes, your body tends to want to catabolize. You're not really, well, let me backtrack here. Anytime you work out, you're tearing down muscle. But after about a 45-minute session, your body really starts to break down to the point where you're not getting much out of it. If you're going hard and heavy, that is. Now, if you're taking 5-minute breaks in between each set, that's different. But if you're going at a pretty good click for 45 minutes or more, or maybe just a little bit more, that should, in most times, is sufficient. Now, if you're a performance athlete and your coach is having you do a 3-hour practice session, make sure that you're taking good recovery rest intervals during those practice 3-hour sessions. And your coach should know that, hopefully. Okay, now there's some other factors. Training age. How many years have you been weightlifting or doing body weight training? I might train somebody who's 40 years of age, who's never touched a weight, who's never exercised at all, and their training age is 0. I might train a 20-year-old who's been training since he or she is 10 years old. So their training age is 10 years. They have a distinct advantage. Another factor, age. Now, little kids should not be maxing out with weights. You can teach them the right technique. In fact, everybody should have the right technique, but especially little kids. Little kids under the age of 12 to 13 are not miniature adults. They're kids. Their bodies are still growing. As a matter of fact, you probably wait till you're about 15 or 16, but your body's still growing. So don't do it. Don't overload the system too much there. So just be careful. Find yourself a good coach who has worked with youth, young people, and knows what they're doing. Another one, this is for you ladies out there. Are you premenopause? Are you perimenopause? Are you postmenopause? That makes a difference also relative to your hormonal makeup, because if you're working out still premenopause and you're on your period during your cycle and you're doing a lot of heavy weightlifting, be very, very careful, because during that period of time, your joints are very, very lax and you can strain something. You can damage some ligaments possibly. If you're postmenopause, ladies, that means your body's not making estrogen quite as much as it used to. Therefore, I recommend doing even more weightlifting and not doing a lot of what a lot of women do, a lot of running, jogging 3, 4, 5 miles a day. Don't do that, because all that's doing is just catabolizing muscle. Okay, now, other than that, guys, you have to be very careful how you program your weightlifting and your body weight training for muscle tone. Let me talk about muscle tone. If you're strictly wanting to do muscle tone, here's a sample way to do it. 3 days a week, 8 to 12 reps, about a minute, maybe 30 seconds in between your sets, about a 40-minute workout, and that's it. If you're trying to improve your speed and agility as an athlete, you want to increase the load, increase the rest intervals, decrease the reps. The reps will determine the load typically, or how many reps you do in terms of your body weight training. It can get a little bit confusing. I know you're probably thinking that right now. Here's what you need to do. Tune in to my Health Detective podcast on November the 9th, 7:15 p.m. We're going to talk a lot about weightlifting and body weight training relative to what you need to do individually for you. Call in and ask some questions or text in some questions. Now, if you have any other questions regarding my program, feel free to contact me, 816-405-7703. Email us rwpsports@yahoo.com. Hey guys, take care. God bless. This has been another IST Health Tip of the Day.